know about you, brother, but I haven't gotten no sleep. I'm sure you haven't gotten any sleep yet. You know, Kurt's got no sleep. We have been working this case since the beginning. You know that? Me and you and Kurt have been since the beginning. All we've done is gone home, changed some clothes, and now we're back. Because ultimately, we're still looking for your wife and the 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming down again today. Voluntary type deal. You don't want to talk to us? But I know that you know that the ultimate goal here is to find out where your wife and your kids are. Would you agree?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. We told you yesterday, well, kind of in a sense recap for me yesterday what we told you as far as the part of your story that we're having some difficulty with. Do you remember what we were talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Have you thought a little bit about that? I mean, why somebody is saying something like that? No? Okay. If I show you, I want to show you a couple things. First off, is it okay if I put the pictures of your family back out? Would you like to see them? Okay, there's your wife. And there's your son. And there's your daughter. Okay. Semi, I need you to tell me what happened.
What is he telling me?
Help us find them.
I don't know where they're at.
We gotta do this, okay? I'm gonna talk you through this, alright? Because again, I want to make sure that we're doing this right. I want to make sure that we find out where these kids are and what happened, alright? You feel me? You follow them? So I need you to tell me yes or no. I'm asking some questions. Please help us, Semi.
Is there any way that I do want to continue to talk to y'all? I want to tell y'all everything.
Okay.
Is there any way that you can get one down here just so I can run it down to him first and tell us?
We can't do that. And 2, we don't have time for that. Our priority right now is this. So if you want to talk to us and continue to help us find them, that's your option, okay? But you need to start looking at the bigger picture here, I think you already know what position you're in right now. So if you wish to continue, we will continue, okay? Because this is our priority. You understand? Please help us so much. It's done and it's done. So can we please get this out? Can we please work towards finishing this? Please. We can start.
Listen. I know you guys are not here to help me. Okay, I know that's what. I know this is not about me. Okay, you're like, no, now, listen, let me speak. Let me speak. Okay. I know, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. And I know that y'all still gonna try to use it against me. Y'all still gonna try to make me like a murderer. That they murdered my family. But I'm gonna tell y'all, because I didn't murder my family. Who never murdered my family? Never. I never put my hands on my wife. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I just want to get it over with. This is me. I need a rest. Everything happened. Like I told y'all for the time that I went to the job. Went to when I left in the cemetery. We came back to the front of the house. It was like, maybe like 2, 3 in the morning. That's what TyShawn put up. I told him I was having problems. He came over, was talking to me. I said, fuck it. I know my wife hates when I play PS3. That's her most hated thing. She hates that. So I told him, fuck it, we don't go in the house and play. You know, I don't care if she get upset. So we walked in the room, I turned on the light. A lot of my stuff was packed up already in the house. My wife had some stuff that was packed up. So, by the door was the accident I told you about. So I saw it. And I moved it because I didn't want, her to be upset whenever it come at me with it. So I moved it. And I put it by the bathroom. So she got up when she saw TyShawn, she started going off on me, whatever, and she told that she wanted everybody to leave. She wanted me to get out the house. I told her I didn't have to go. I was tired of her and that I was going to take her to divorce and everything. I didn't want to work that out with her anymore. I was tired of her playing these games with me. I was tired. I was doing nothing to right by her. The best for her and the kids. Me and I started arguing. She came at me. She grabbed me on the back. She got these scratches in the back here. She grabbed me from the back. I just got upset. I got so tired of her grabbing on me. She hit over the neck. She fell out of the floor. The other nigga looking at me. He couldn't breathe. She stopped breathing. She stopped breathing. She died looking at me. Couldn't help. I couldn't help her. She was looking at me. I was still like, oh, please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. The kids came out of the room because of the screams. So I said, "Sean, take her over there, please take her." They took her to the room. She came back out here and asked me if she was dead. I said, yeah. He went back to the bathroom. I heard, pow. I went over there. He had the fucking thing in his hand. He hit my kids in the hand. There was blood everywhere. I told him, what the fuck did he do? He told me, you can't go to jail for my wife's murder. The kids saw it. I said, oh my God. I said, sorry, you killed my kid. I'm like, you killed my kid. Oh my God. You told me, man, that's so good, bro. Just put them together or something, man. He said, He knows Sanford and the swamps and everything. He can get rid of those sweets in the shovel and put them in the car in the truck. I help him carry them. And he left me, I started cleaning everything up. Cleaned everything up. He came back and went to dump the rainbow. We dumped the rainbow, I dumped that stuff right there with him. I told him we had to go back because this piece here was good. Shorter than we in the truck. So we went back together. That was it. And it hurt my babies, I swear. It hurt my babies. Oh my God. He dropped the ball at 7-Eleven so he wouldn't be sore with me. Then I went back home, I dressed for work. I couldn't go to work, I was just gonna go back home. I just put my mother-in-law and the sheriff was there. I don't know what he did with them, I don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know where he at. I don't know.
How did TyShawn kill your kids? So,
Yeah, go with the axe. With the axe. I don't even know what side he went with. There's so much blood everywhere. I saw my daughter take that knife and grabs.
this happened in the bathroom somewhere?
My bathroom. My bathroom.
TyShawn bring both kids in the bathroom at the same time?
Yeah, I told him to take them over there. He took them over there.
You know where the axe is?
I think he said it went in the water or something.
By your house?
On the, they call it, on the highway. That's why he took me through the projects this effort to get rid of this stuff and those things, because that was the last stuff that I had on. He said it was best for me to get naked, so I got all the way down to my boxers and took this stuff off. And my boots, and put it all in the dumpster. He didn't even want to touch any of it. He used a plastic bottle to scoop the pans in, and when we ran around the corner, he threw the plastic bottle, the water bottle, on the grass.
Water bottle of what?
The water bottle that he had in his hand.
Like a drinking water bottle.
Yes. That's all I know, Kurt. I swear to you. That's the truth. That's everything I know.
He didn't tell you where he took them?
No, he wouldn't tell me. He said it was best that I don't know.
Did you see TyShawn hit your kids?
No, I heard the clunks real loud. When I went over there, it was shaking.
Both of your children?
I grabbed my son's whole skull with them pieces and went across. Oh, baby. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, you want me to be a white. That's how I bury it every day at one time. I cursed. I cursed in that. She couldn't breathe. That's it. She died looking at me. Baby, trying to do CPR and everything. That's why I never hear it. Never hear it because I don't go straight. I don't go straight. Oh, God.
What happened to the bodies? As far as how did they get them in the car? Did you help them?
I helped her with my wife. She even asked me where the garbage bags were. I told them they were in the kitchen. She had the garbage bags over the sink. And then went back to the living room. I was kissing my wife. Oh yeah. So that little baby's never gonna be where. I went over there and went back to the room. He had where the baby's head was bleeding over the bags. When he came back, a couple hours later, maybe like 5 something in the morning, I had a bunch of bags already bagged up. He took that batch and left with it. And he came back. We went to get rid of the car. This happened. We drove all the way up down 1792. And before we left the house, I vacuumed the car real good, the rainbow. I cleaned it up. When I pulled into the lot, he kept going. There was 3 bus drivers there. They're looking at me. So I wrecked the car. And then I walked and he picked me up across the street. That's what let me drive. That's what let me drive. Yeah, I started driving back home. He told me to turn around. He forgot the truck piece. So I went back and picked it up. I wiped it down again. Put it in the back seat. So he told me I needed to get my clothes off. We went to some projects. There were some people there. We went to another project. I got naked there in the car. We threw everything away. Which was the bottle, the back piece, and the clothes that I had.
What was he wearing?
Changed his clothes. I don't really remember. He changed his clothes to some shorts like this with a t-shirt. When he came back the other time, his clothes were already changed.
So he left, you helped him load up your wife first?
Yeah.
And he left just with her?
No. I loaded up my wife with it, but she was heavy. I was looking at my wife, giving her kisses in the face. I was looking at an accident with my wife. I would have faced that. They struck my babies down. And I knew they would have believed me. I knew they would have believed me.
Why did TyShawn kill your shorter than someone?
He said he wanted to go to jail for murder. My kids, my wife, they started screaming.
You wrapped the bodies, your TyShawn wrapped the bodies that you
He
did?
put them in just a bag. Whatever their head was bleeding, he put them in the trunk one at a time.
Garbage bag?
The white ones.
Right.
I had 2 shovels and a rake. He took the shovel and the rake.
You took all 3 at the same time?
Yeah, Yes. He was gone for hours.
So they will be together, three of them.
Yeah.
So he told you buried them all together?
Yes. Yeah, it was the same spot.
Did you tell what part of Sanford you buried?
You know, he knows the place in and out. He's from there. He was raised there, born.
Recognize that?
Yeah, that's the towel.
Where did the towel come from?
That was in one of the bags. But when he came back the second time.
Did you use that towel to clean up your house?
Yes.
Yeah, when you said you cleaned up, what did you have to clean up? What room, what area?
To the bathroom. That's it.
What did you use?
Just whatever chemicals that were there in the kitchen.
Do you recognize that mean green bottle product?
Yeah.
There's your shorts somewhere?
Yes.
This knife that you said was yours, does that come into play at all?
No. When I saw the cops, I turned around. I went back down the boulevard. That was in my car. So on the way back to the house, after I turned around, I just threw it to the grass. But there's no,
Okay.
nobody's blood will be on that night again.
I had a picture of some slash paintings. Can you explain that? Because that was in the trash. You know anything about that?
No.
No? Okay. Did you and TyShawn come up with a story to tell the police?
No. All I told me was that I was gonna probably go to jail for domestic violence. And then when I actually got there, he was with the sheriff and my mother-in-law. That was it. And then he asked me what time that I initially get to the house. And I told him that I got sent back to the house, I think around 9ish or something, he said, or 11ish. And he said that he was saying my car was there all day, and he didn't see my car there all day. But that was it. And then he said that, you know, he would stay out of it. And then he told me I was forever in debt to him. And if I ever want to repay him, just give him cash whenever I could. So I told him, okay.
Was there a cap on the cash? Or were you just supposed to feed them money the rest of your life?
He told me he'd be satisfied with 10,000.
Did you give him any money?
He said make it cash so that way it's not traceable.
So he killed your children because he was already on probation
Yes.
and he didn't want to go to jail for murder.
Yes.
But he had nothing to do with what happened between you and your wife, correct?
Correct. He was there.
Are you willing to take us to the places where you were with TyShawn?
Yes.
You think you'd be able to figure out where he put them? Did he describe it to
He
you?
was gone, Kurt, for hours. I thought he probably got pulled over, so he was gone, so almost the light was coming up. When my mother-in-law came to the house, I had just no lie, drove off. I was exhausted. I didn't sleep.
Did you talk to TyShawn at all on the phone when he was gone?
No, he asked me where my phone was, and I told him that my phone was in my car, I think. But when I went back to my car, my phone was gone. I think he took it.
You had the silver car, though, right?
Yes. This is what he was driving. I have a white Galaxy S3 phone, and it was gone. And I know that he took it because both my batteries were still in in the slot where my radio was.
But when he used, the car that he used to go and transport the bodies, which car was that?
The Honda.
The Honda. Okay.
And then he came back and he hosed it down with my hose.
He goes down the Honda?
The outside? The outside of it.
And then how did he get over to Sanford and get dropped in the parking lot?
Because I drove the Honda to Sanford.
You drove it to Sanford?
Yeah, he drove to Saturn. That's when the phone came up missing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he took it.
And the rake?
I don't know. He came back with nothing.
Came back with nothing?
With different clothes on, a tank top and some shorts.
Okay. Anything else that you can think of right now at this point? There's a lot of things going through your mind, and I'm going to give you a minute to think. We'll take all this off the table and we'll give those pictures. We'll let you spend some time with those pictures.
That's it, I promise. That's it. Something else.
Okay. I want to make sure that we're going to think about a couple other things, kind of figure out a way to get you to take us where everything else is. Because at this point, I want to make sure that, you know, if TyShawn,
I can take you to where the rainbow is.
okay,
And I know it's probably still there because it was the carnage leg was freshly done.
okay. Now before I take a break, is TyShawn, when we ask him to confront him with this whole thing, because again, yesterday, you're not stupid, when we told you that somebody told us that they saw you in these places and, you know, placing the car, did you know who we were talking about?
At first, no, I thought probably the bus driver saw me, you know, dropping off the car because the bus driver was looking at me and stuff.
Right. At what point do you think it crossed your mind that it might have been, or could have been somebody else?
Well, my neighbors, they drove by, they seen when TyShawn was running across the street to get the car that he had put over there. So the neighbors did see, you know, they did see us, you know, together.
What car did he put over there?
The Saturn.
He parked it across the street?
On the cut behind where the two-story house was.
Why did he park it so far away?
So they wouldn't see a car there. But when he cut through the grass to go get it.
He was parked on Doyle then?
No, not on the way.
On the other side?
On the little loop area.
Which neighbor started?
I don't know if they was driving by, I had a bunch of lights on. I spent hours cleaning. It was a long time to clean. It's called very detailed cleaning.
All the rags and towels and everything, did you throw them away in the same place?
No, when he came back the first time, I had all bags, a bunch of bags, everything was like bagged up in bags in the garage. And, you know, he asked me, did I come to clean stuff? He said, all right, he took that, and then took off and left, and then he came back a while later. And when he came back, a while later, it was already getting daylight. That's when we went to go drop off the car.
You still had more cleaning stuff to get rid of.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just the rainbow and stuff.
Okay.
And then this stuff here.
How did you show restraint and not want to kill TyShawn for killing that kid?
Well, I grabbed him, believe it. I grabbed him.
Is he any marks on him?
No.
You?
No.
If there is, I don't care. I just want to see, because when I bring him in, okay, to ask him why he thought he needed to kill 2 children, okay, and he's going to give me a story. You know what I'm saying? He might pin the whole thing on you, which I do not want to happen to somebody.
I know that's what you're gonna do. Come on, man.
I know, but I need out.
I know it's gonna stick on me, but I just need the truth to get out.
So you didn't do nothing to him, right? He's not gonna have, because if he has some marks on him and I can verify it, then there's no credibility to your story.
You can check. I don't know. You know, you can check.
When you went to grab him?
I grabbed them, you know, slapped them against the, you should probably check him back, because I think he hit the door handle or something.
In the bathroom?
Yeah, okay. Could have killed him. I could have killed him in one hit.
Did you see him take the drawer out of the bathroom?
No, because I was in the living room with my wife.
Did you know your wife was dead at that point to check her pulse or anything? Or?
She was dead, Kurt. What's your name again?
AJ.
Peter. She was dead, man. She was dead. She was purple. Her eyes, her face, she wasn't breathing. Her last breath left. Baby, that was it. She died looking at me. In my eyes. That's my wife. I've never heard this many times. She beat my ass from downstairs, upstairs, in my front lawn, in front of everybody. She beat the shit out of me. I've never touched her. I don't hit her. I don't hit her in the bad way, so when there's a weak land, my family was on me. And that's one of the main reasons why she loved me so much, because no matter what she did to me, I never struck her down. All her exes always hit her. She was a good woman, man. I love these kids, boy. I even love my own daughter.
You said something about seeing your daughter last breath. Was she in the bathroom by herself, or was your son in there also at that point?
They were both in there. The boy was in the tub. She was on the floor.
Did you hear them crying for help before this started happening?
I heard it after the first thought, I heard a loud scream. I ran over there. Okay. That's when she wrote my name. I'm supposed to protect them. She had already yelled my name when she was scared. And she had my stomach pain, man. She would sit on the toilet for hours and I would rub her belly. Till she went cool. We'll beat up any closet monster that was there. No. I was sitting around for hours at cheerleading practice. Even if her mom was out happy hour, I would be there cheerleading practice watching her cheer. I was singing with her, I would go with her, I would act like a cheerleader with her. Elijah would play video games. I would say he's the best video game I ever saw. I just got him a 3DS for his birthday. I gave her my Samsung tablet when she wanted for her birthday. Her grandmother got her that bike. I should have never went back inside. I should have been stuck in the car like I always do. Just really felt she needed another chance.
Is everyone, do they all have clothes and everything on? Or did you didn't strip the kids down and your wife down before you packaged them up, did you?
No. Yeah, all of them had their clothes on.
Just tell me what your wife was wearing?
A brown spaghetti strap shirt with no bra, underwears, and some boxers, my boxers, checker boxers. She would wear my boxers.
Do you remember what the kids were wearing?
Pajamas.
What color pajamas?
Leisure hat on. Bluish pants, I think, and a light and blue shirt. Without even having her usual pink. She had on a pink shirt like this.
Pink pajama bottoms?
Shorts, green shorts.
Green shorts.
Yeah, she always trying to match them all.
Did you, when TyShawn went to bury the bodies, did you put any kind of keepsakes with them? Teddy bear, any kind of stuffed animal, something that just
No, because I didn't take them.
you didn't load them in the car, you just helped load up the wife.
Yes.
Can you tell me what TyShawn was wearing when this all happened? We know we changed over, but what was he wearing at the beginning when he was...
Yeah, always some like jeans and stuff. Yeah, always some Nike shoes.
Like sneakers?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of shirt was he wearing.
It was like yellow.
T-shirt?
Yeah. With graphic design on it.
Can you check those?
Do some more, please. Swear I didn't even hurt him, but no way. Not like that, man.
I don't think you were.
Everybody that knows me knows. Even all my neighbors know. I leave. She beats my ass. I don't forget my wife. Not like that at all. It's not in me. Just trying to tell you I don't know. I have nothing right because I don't know what they are. I wish that they deserve. They deserve to be very right. They deserve that. They deserve to be kissed by everybody one last time. They don't deserve to be wherever they are.
You know, we'll do everything in our power to find them, isn't that right?
Please, that's all I ask is to find them.
So, you said that was yours, right? What's on?
Everything from cement to dirt powder. I do everything with those boots. I've, fixed my house, I've done the side jobs. And then I had them in the bathroom too.
There's some dirt on it. Do we know where that came from?
Oh, probably from any jobs I've ever done before.
So it's not like dirt from anything to do with this?
No.
Maybe from where they were put or anything like that?
No, you can find that same dirt in my Saturn everywhere too.
the clothes that you had on, you're doing the cleanup when this happened, were they amongst some of the photographs that you showed me? These are?
Yes.
With these shorts, these the same shorts with the red stripe? Is that a different pair of shorts?
Those two.
Yeah, these on also?
I had those on originally. Okay. And then I put these on over.
Okay. And then the polo shirt?
Yeah.
What's all this other mark? Is that design or is that?
No, that's design. Or probably like bleaching.
What kind of other products?
But they see this shirt. That's not my shirt.
That's not your shirt.
Oh, that's not my shirt. I had on a black shirt, a regular black shirt. I don't even own a shirt like that.
Okay.
I just grabbed any shirt and threw it on, but I don't believe I own a Fila shirt like that.
Have you ever seen TyShawn with a shirt like this?
I don't know. He doesn't wear that. You only seen him that night? Like a burning the mud inside the boots. There was also some of it in some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
You're saying so that's that's like concrete or something, or? Well, there's dirt, and then there's we'll probably find like some dried up blood or whatever and stuff. Right. But that dirt isn't from. No. But I'm gonna be from. Actually, my house was really, really dirty, man. I had to clean it. That's why I use a rainbow. Yeah.
So that cleaning product smell that the deputies asked you about, that's from the cleanup?
Yes.
And you can take us to the rainbow and all that stuff?
Yes. I would hurry up because the rainbow machine and people would be dumpster diving. You remember where you looked at it? Yes, in Sanford. Sanford? You know, store or anything? It's like, yeah, we can call out there and it would be like that. It's behind the World Market at the dumpster. World Market? What street, so? Yes, right off, I think that's right here. Okay. Listen to the as soon as you get off the exit from the 415 or 16 or whatever, 417, you make a left and then you make a left at that first light. But you can see the back of the store from that first light right there. What are the stores there? So you have the RF, like Target, a bunch of stuff. That's the Super Target. Yeah, but it's this corner over here. What stores are behind? World Market. World Market. Okay. And it was in a dumpster? Dumpster. What color dumpster? Green. Green. Okay. Let me go see if they can find out. Everything? You okay? We need that for you. met them courteous.
Definitely tough, you can say. Did you get to say goodbye to him?
I was kissing him. The blood all over my face. I picked up Elijah's head. Blood went all over me too. So I realized this cold was like all in pieces.
TyShawn at least had the decency to put them in, you said, I think that he put them in a bag, both of them, everyone, or just?
No, it's just that he covered their heads because it was bleeding.
So nobody was actually in a bag, just heads, and then carried them out.
Put them in the trunk. I don't know.
What kind of shovel? The rake, was it a square shovel or?
Square, flat shovel. He also took my heavy duty. I had some heavy duty lawn gloves. They were on top of my lawnmower. Grabbed those too.
I don't remember if you made any comments to where you put them. In the area where we can check.
You know, it's just everything good.
You didn't make reference to maybe like a landmark or something like that.
I don't know, maybe that celery area up there or something.
Go where?
Maybe that celery area or
Celery.
You said he took the highway. Did he use, did he go I-4 or did he go 415?
I think it's at 415. Because he made a left from here now.
That road and then I left on Berry Avenue.
No, he did, he made it right. He did, he made it to I-4, yeah, that one.
Said something about swamp earlier.
Yeah, who knows, the swamp's good.
Did that just came up, like, you think that one might be where they're at, or close to that,
So
or?
I'm thinking,
Okay.
because you know, when we used to drive to school and joke around, you know, they always, I can't a bitch and bury him in this swamp, you know? I mean, it's all,
If I gave you an aerial map of that area, you think you can say, I would check this area, or check this area? What do you think?
I'm gonna tell you to check all of them, really. I mean, I'm not good with that.
You don't remember exactly.
I don't know
You
which
know,
areas.
Go one step further when you said that you, I want to know TyShawn.
Since I'm home to the neighborhood.
Okay, so a couple of years. Now, when you say you go to school, you go
We went
to
to school together.
the college?
Yes.
Okay. And you would drive past this particular area,
I would drive him to school.
drive him to school.
And I would bring him and take him.
Now, I guess this area you're talking about is Sanford. Sanford, is that what area you're talking about? Or
No, we were going to eat anyway.
Ely? Okay.
We were going to Florida to college.
So at what point where you said if I had to kill him, whatever, this is where I'm buried, where was that?
No, he never said that. All he said was, man, if I had to kill a bitch, I'd put the ass out in the swamps. Some of these swamps out in Sanford. Because he was talking about that case with your boy that dumped the body out in Sanford or whatever in the dumpster, whatever. Okay, the one you got the case you got. Okay. Remember the doing is stupid. Doing a dumpster fire, the kid was trying to do it, but their side of the swamp or something.
Is that what he said? Did he know them?
Or, no, I was just talking about it. I mean, he knows everybody like that.
But you can't think of an actual particular area where they
I don't know exactly that good. I just know the celery area because we have, church people that live in that area.
Do you know a particular area he likes to go?
No. He just born and raised in San Francisco.
Where's his family over there?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I know his uncle works at the school when the kids go. So we see his uncle when I drop off the kids.
Can you make any comments, maybe? Just think back, maybe when he got back.
So when he got back, I was like, where did you go? He said it's best that you don't know. So he told me.
Anything that you can recall, like maybe he had something on him, sticks or dirt or
He was changed.
change.
Yeah, he was changed.
It was clean, my body was clean.
Yeah, he might even run back into his house or something.
Did he ever go from your house to his house during all this? Do you think there'd be actually anything in his house that
No.
you don't think so? No bags, cleaning supplies.
I don't think he did that.
I think maybe
He could check though.
axe could be there,
He could check.
so it's possible.
It's possible.
I'll just say 3 X.
That's what he does. That's what he said. He do the axe because I had my wedding ring on, and I had confiscated a license ring from her at work, and so I had it on me. And he was like, man, don't keep that on you because he said, they don't think that, he took that from her. So, and then my ring, I had it on because I was cleaning with it. I had to take it off and I decided to leave blood on it. So then you should get rid of that. So, I was like, this is the best spot to dump shit. So, highway, get over there.
Which highway? Nice. Going over into Seminole?
Yes.
So you guys were in the right lane on I-4 on the bridge? Left lane, right
I was on
lane?
the left lane.
Okay. So you're in the left lane? And you through and you actually seen it go over?
Yeah, I seen it.
And now was that the same time the axe went over?
No, I don't know because I just threw the rings. I just threw the rings.
Did he TyShawn having blood on his clothes? When he left with your wife and the kids?
Yes.
He did? A lot of blood?
Yes, flat on it, yes.
Okay. Front of his shirt, back of his shirt, jeans?
Front.
Did you make any comments when he was doing it? When he came out or when you ran in?
I screamed at him. What the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You doing my kids. And he's like, man, yo, come on, yo, I'm on probation. You know what I'm saying? They gonna, they see their money, they're gonna go, So I grabbed him, I started screaming, I went off. I grabbed my son's head, I put it on. When I grabbed it, I put it on me. So I felt the side of his head was all like, it felt like puzzle pieces, And he got hurt. I grabbed her and I said, Kali, are you okay? Are you okay? And then she just took like 2 or 3 more breaths, and that was it.
All because they saw what happened after them. Actually, I saw the after effects. Were they in the room with the kids in the
I
room?
did, yeah. When he was taking them back to the room, I did hear her say, what did you guys do to my mom? What did you guys do to my mom? I want to see my mom.
You think that triggered him to have to do what he did?
Probably. Her accusing him too,
Is that when he brought up the money factor?
No, that was trying to move.
So there's money factor that after wasn't before.
So, you forever in debt to me, I was like, yeah. And then, said, man, I'll be straight with like 10 stacks. You know, just make sure it's cash, man. You know, we don't know when you trace to them. So, all right.
Does he have anything? Did he take anything from the house? Or just so he might have your cell phone, but that's about it? He didn't take anything from the house?
On Sanford, he asked me, hey, do you have your phone with you? I was like, no. But I knew it was in the car.
Whose idea was it for the clean out, the dumping of the car, if you will? Whose idea was all that?
No, when he originally said, yo, I'm gonna take him, man, just clean this shit up, you know? So I just try to do it clean as best as I can, you know?
What the part
He tried to tell me to burn the house.
burn the house? That's why you want you to burn the fucking house?
Yeah, he was like, man, you need to burn the house. I said, I don't burn this fucking house, you crazy. So I just went and I started cleaning it.
Who picked a spot to leave the car?
He was driving up there, and he said the best spot would be where there's no cameras at. So, and he said, turn to right, and then there's a Publix right there. So just put in there, you'll keep going. I never even been in that area before, so I didn't even know what they know. Besides the flea market.
Did he say anything about leaving a marker? Where he left the bodies? Maybe a cross? Is he a religious guy? Something? I mean, Jesus,
He
hopefully.
didn't say nothing like that.
Didn't
I
say
asked him
nothing?
where did he go, and he said that his best you don't know. It's only the words coming at you.
But he didn't mention anything about a marker or, you know, okay. When he came back and hosed the car down, was there a lot of mud and dirt on the car? Is that why it needed to be hosed down?
He just hit the tires and stuff.
Get the tires and stuff.
And then he hit the tires and wheels, and then he went under the car or whatever.
Did you see what color dirt it was, or it was dirt on the side of the car, or something?
No, it was kind of still dark still, so.
Did you guys clean out the inside of the car?
Yeah.
Was it dirt, or like a bunch of, you know how when you go to the beach, you get in your car, it's all jacked up from the sand?
Just a trunk.
Just the trunk was sandy?
Yeah.
Can you tell like what kind of sand it was, like where it would come from?
It was red sand.
Red sand?
Yeah.
Anything you can think of that would have
It was
red sand?
Red and black. It's like red and black, real black too.
Anything you can think of that would, like murky kind of sand, like, 'cause I know you know Deltona, Sanford area a little bit.
I mean, I know if you dig a hole, the deeper you go, the redder or something, or the darker you get.
Yeah, the contrast of the dirt changes, yeah. Was the dirt already in the car before? Because I don't, you know what I'm saying?
No,
That's
just that my wife just had, I just cleaned out her trunk for her the other day because she was complaining about, it was my daughter's last cheerleading, she made me take out the canopy that's on the left side. She was going to take out the canopy and please clean my trunk out for me. So I took out the rubber from the back and I put it on the driveway and I hosed it down for her so it was clean.
So most likely you're thinking it's from like the shovels or something.
Probably.
Those mats that we showed you, were they interior mats, trunk mats?
What mats?
From the hood.
That were like,
Oh, that's the trunk mat. That's from the trunk.
so it's just one whole,
That's one whole piece that holds the trunk.
one whole piece?
One whole trunk piece.
What was on that you guys decided to hose it off or clean it off?
No,
Get rid of it.
we didn't hose that off. We just kind of threw
Was
it
it
away.
blood,
It was
dirt and stuff on there?
And I'm sure their blood was probably on there too because you put them straight in there. So,
I'm just curious, how did you guys end off? What,
dropping him off at 7-Eleven, he said, just leave me here. It's like we wasn't together. And that was it. We had that last conversation, whatever. But really just,
it was
once we
7-Eleven at,
after we dumped that stuff at the dumpster in the projects in Sanford, the ride was just quiet. just quiet.
But he didn't say nothing.
No, I was mostly there crying, you know. I cried so much, I can't even cry again. So exhausted.
The 7-Eleven, what part of downtown was the 7-Eleven?
Cold. Right across the street from the house.
Okay. Probably just a barrack by the public thing.
Well, he was gonna walk to the 7-Eleven. He said, just drop me off here, I'll walk to the 7-Eleven. So I dropped him off at the street before the 7-Eleven.
Okay.
The whole Dory road.
Yeah.
That was right there. Moved right there, dropped him off. I went into the Coventry, came and he crossed over and went back up to my went home, took a shower. Got dressed and went to work. Then I turned around. I had no gas, so I took out here, but I had to come somewhere. I just wanted to get it out.
And you didn't see him.
I didn't see him until I got back and I saw the sheriff there. And I saw him over there with my mother and also the sheriff. And then his mother showed up with his lot after. You just watch her because she'll cover for the baby. She'll say she saw him there all night if she has to. That's how she is.
Did you ever see that axe in TyShawn's hand?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes.
When did you see the axe in
When
his
I
hand?
went into when I ran into the bathroom.
So the two children were in the bathroom
Yes.
and you saw the axe.
In his hand and them both beating.
They were already beaten.
They were already beaten.
Okay. So you didn't see him
When
actively.
I grabbed them, stuff like that, coming to something, that's when he dropped it. He didn't even look the same. His eyes were different and everything. He was like a totally different person.
And he took the axe with him and was in the car when he left.
Yeah, he took the axe with him. He put it in the trunk with the 3 kids.
He showed no emotion. No, I'm sorry, no, what the fuck did I just do? Nothing.
His eyes were just like open. He was like a totally different person.
Jesus.
I just want to kill his ass. And I was going to kill him.
Is there anything that we haven't asked you yet? Any kind of small detail?
It was so fast, you know, I keep picking up, I keep just trying to replay it. Just get the image of his face. Somebody watch somebody done. I don't know by my hands. What trade places with them in a lobby? So young.
What is, I asked you, well, I kind of hinted towards it earlier, but what's TyShawn going to tell us?
probably deny it.
They put her on you. What's he gonna say you did?
Oh. I swear he was never there.
Is he gonna say that you killed everybody and you was just there playing video games?
Probably.
Do you have anything, any information at all that I can use against him? How did he get his hands on the axe? Where was the axe? I mean, he said something
It was
about...
by the bathroom. I had put it by the bathroom. And my wife was there because I was gonna put it in the bag to take it out of the house. Because I was, you know, every time she get crazy, you know. At one point, I even had hit it up top on the thing. And she found this shit because we used to like to open the window. She used that to open the window up because sometimes the piece of wood that we had on there would, you know, the wind would push it and it would fall. But that would, it was solid, it wouldn't move. We used to get the windows fixed in the house.
So the axe was by the bathroom already?
Yes.
In the hallway?
Or in the spot where the couch is.
Okay.
The couch here, you got the closet, and then you got the door here.
Okay.
It was right on that loose corner slot right there. Like that with the head down and the butt leaning against the corner.
Do you know he grabbed that?
Huh?
Do you know he grabbed that, or you didn't know until after you saw
I
it?
know because I was in the living room.
What part of the axe did he use to strike your children?
He was holding it like this. So
He was holding a handle.
he was holding the handle, but the flat part was facing him.
Okay. So, you know how the axe has a wedge on top of a handle. Was he using the...
Give me paper and I can draw it out for you.
Get your piece of paper. I'll be right back. Get your cup. Yeah.
You better find him, Kurt.
You know, we'll do everything we can.
You better find him.
So if there's anything you can think of that might just stand out. How much gas was in the car?
Huge car.
Well, what did they need you?
full tank.
Okay.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, 10 of
Short handles.
When he was holding it, which way was his hand facing?
So,
So you believe this was the side that he hit him with?
yes.
You know, was this bloody? Did you see any blood on it?
This side wasn't. This side.
So the blood here?
Yeah, so yeah, on this side right here. This side was facing him.
Was there, so you saw blood here, and was it on the handle at all?
Yes, some right there.
Okay. Anything else on it? Hair or
But
anything?
the ass was real rusty, so it was hard to tell the nose was very rusty.
So that's blood. Do you know if it went down the handle at all or anything?
No, it was up here. There,
So most likely that was the only part of impact.
yes.
Do me a favor, just sign that, 'cause I don't think I drew it. You're obviously a little bit more artistic than me. And then when you went in there and you hit him, that's when he dropped it.
He had it down like this.
What day it is?
10,
25.
24, 24.
And then he dropped it. And then he picked it up, or you picked it up and put it in the car.
No, he picked it up when he came back in.
Did he wrap it with something?
No, he just took it out of us.
And the car was in the garage now, right?
Oh, my car was always in.
Packed in, pulled in,
Pulled it.
and that's where you got the shovels from, was your garage?
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to talk to you real quick.
This is a house for Kurt.
Just a little more, like I said, we'll try to see if we can work on everything. If you remember, maybe.
second one. Clear first. You got one, usually pretty clear.
How's it going? Where are the other guys at, sir?
That's why I use the restroom.
Okay. Was AJ escorting him?
I'll pay.
Oh, okay. Come on, bud. Can't touch it. I have a seat over here at back.
You guys want more water? A little bit?
Beautiful man.
You're right. You're rolling away.
We've been doing this a while. This morning, somehow. And you read your rights earlier. You recall us reading your rights? You recall us going through each individual right?
Yes.
Okay. What's usually customary for us is that when we take breaks like that we want to continue to talk to you about some more things, maybe recap a couple things. What we do is I read you through them again, just to make sure that you're clear with everything. Okay? Give me a second, let me get my card out. Same protocol as before. I'm going to go keep reading them and ask you if you understand, so on and so forth. Okay? Kill that. I'll clear my call in a second. These are your rights. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say may be used as evidence against you. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him or her with you now or any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. Do you understand?
Yes.
If at any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, all questioning will be stopped at your request. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
With these rights in mind, are you willing to talk to me?
Yes.
Let me be honest with you, Simone. I heard the story that you told me at the beginning, and I had to step out of the room for a little bit. I don't usually get connected. I try not to. I've got to be as impartial as possible. I want to ask you again. I don't want you to have to relive it, but I need you to. Okay? I need you to tell me what happened yesterday, 2 days ago. I want you to pick it up from when you left, came back, and saw TyShawn outside your house. Can we go through that again? Please.
Like I told you, I saw him when I pulled up. I was up there, and he came out to the front of his house, and I saw him trying to flash like my lights or whatever. And he's like, I didn't even know he was out here. I said, yeah, man, I'm going to do it right now, you know, with my wife or whatever. You know, we just had this small talk. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. I said, man, you want to jump on some PS3 or whatever? He was like, yeah, you know. So we went in, and I went to the room, and I turned on the light.
What room?
My room.
Okay.
That's the back room. I turned on the light. And my wife was like, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm going to come back out and play PS3. She just, you know, was trying to get upset. So she said, no, you fucking not. And that's what she said. So, and she said, who's here? I said, TyShawn. She said, you and him. I was like, where's that motherfucker? Get the fuck out. I said, I'm not going anywhere. This is my house too, you know. Well, she said, I'm not playing with you. I'm going to give you 5 seconds for both of y'all to get the hell out of here. So then TyShawn was about to leave, and I was like, don't worry about it. You know, I'm going to I'll pull the PlayStation out to the living room. And she was like, no, you're not going to play the game either. You're not going to play the game at all. So she said, you think I was late with you? And I was like, I don't care what you say right now. You don't give me the respect that I need to sit here and try to, you know, confront your situation. You want to keep denying it, so let me give you the respect that you need either. So she came at me. She started jumping on me and shit. She kept hitting me, and you know, I kept like, you know, kind of like, you know, grab her and move out the way, you know, because every time she, you know, swing at me or whatever, you know, I know how to, you know, deflect, you know. And so I was like, yeah, all right. And, you know, I turned around, she got stoned me or whatever. And, you know, she just started like, you know, hit me, you know, because, you know, she can't, my wife, you know, her hits don't cause any damage to me, you know. So, and she was hitting me or whatever, and then that's when she, you know, she hit me in my glasses or whatever, and hit me in my glasses.
The ones you're wearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, other ones.
Is that where the marks came from?
Yeah, not these, the other ones, the metal ones.
These metal ones, you left them at the house?
They're in the car.
They're in your car?
Yeah.
Okay. So she hit you when you're wearing your glasses?
Yeah.
Where's TyShawn during this whole thing?
He was right there.
In the living room?
He's seen her, like, plenty of times, like, whack me or curse out at me, whatever, things like that. Like, we were boxing one day, like I told you. She's come over there and cursing us out.
Are things getting loud? Are the kids out of their rooms by now?
No, not yet. They haven't came out of their room yet.
Okay.
So you know, she still going at me, whatever. She hit me with the glasses, or she hit me with my glasses, you know, it kind of hurt. So I felt like she was gonna like go for my face or whatever. Like I always told her, if a man does something to you, you know, you put your fingers in his eyes.
Yeah.
And you know, I just went like this, and I just hit her when she went back. And like I went to try to like, you know, it was just like a sudden move. It wasn't even like, you know, I sat there and positioned myself. No, it was just like a sudden, just, you know, fast thing. And I went to try to like, you know, kind of like grab or push her or something. But, you know, I don't know, man. It was like a sudden thing, man, because it really hurt my face, you know?
Right.
The glasses like that. And so I wanted that to hit her. And she fell back and everything, and all the where the two lamps are, there was a little round thing. If you sweep up that area, you should find little bits of glass everywhere in the floor, because there's still glass everywhere.
On the table?
Yeah, because there was a little round thing, and it had the Jesus birth statues Okay. You ever seen the little statues, and then you got the three kings, and then you got the Virgin Mary, and then little Jesus, and then you got
Like that nativity set kind of.
yeah, like that. And well, that all fell and broke. And I was just like looking at her, and I was like, hey, and she was just like, her whole entire color was leaving, and her eyes were getting bigger, and her whole face started turning purple, and TyShawn was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, TyShawn, she's dying, man. She go, help me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he was just dead stuck. Like, he didn't know what to do. And then the kids came out because of the noise. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, take him to the room. Take him, bro. Move him, please. You know what I'm saying? Get him out of here. Because I didn't want them to see, you know. And then my daughter was like, Mom, what's wrong with mommy? What do you guys do to my mommy, you know? TyShawn was like, yo, she's around. I said, no, Ty, she's dead, man. She's dead. He said, you lying. I said, Ty, she's dead, man. And then I heard my daughter was like, who's dead? Who's dead? Something like that. And then he just went back to the room with them. And then I was sitting there kissing her, and I was talking to her, and I heard the first clunk, come. And then I heard something hit something hit the tub. And I said, what the fuck is that? And when I went over there, as I was going over there, I heard the second clunk, and then that's when my kids was on the floor. One was in the tub, and one was in the floor. And I said, what the fuck did you do? And I grabbed him, and I threw him against his back hit the door and the wall. And, you know, I grabbed him, and I went to, you know, just do something to him, you know. And he was like, man, yo, I can't go back. I'm on probation. They saw us, man. They know we killed him, you know. And I was like, nobody fucking killed him, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, killed my kids, man. And I just grabbed my kids, and when I grabbed my son, he grabbed him like this. I felt his head just like dance, like puzzle pieces, and his blood just hit me all over my clothes. I was like, Elijah, Elijah, Elijah. And he wouldn't respond at all. And then I heard my daughter, she was like, I want to grab those. I can't keep talking about it. I won't talk about it no more.
We don't need to talk about that part. Okay, because that's where you're having that issue. We can move on. We can move on.
I don't know how bad I want to kill him. I really wanted to kill him, and anybody needs to die was him.
You want to talk about him? Now, you went over, he had the left hand, something in his left hand, or right hand?
It was in his right hand.
His right hand. And it was can you describe it, exactly how it looked?
Brown with it had black tape on it. And it was rusted.
Very similar to the picture you drew, right?
Yes, exactly.
Did you draw that picture?
Yes. This part here is like a big club part. You use it to try to hammer things on.
Black tape on the bottom, you said?
Black tape.
Was it the top? Okay.
Yeah.
Move on from that part. Then cleanup started.
Or with your wife? Did you feel that you were in fear for your life?
It was really mostly like trying to push her off me. I didn't want to hurt her. She's always hitting me. I always get hit by her. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows it. I'm just tired of being a damn punching doll. You know, everybody gets tired of it. Everybody has. You know, like a pipe. You can only take so much pressure before it busts. I just wanted to get off me. I said nothing. You have to go so fast, man. I'm telling you, man, see, when she gets like that, it's like a cat. It's like a row. I don't like to argue. I don't like to fight. If she gets on there yelling and screaming, I just want to get away from it. I don't want to listen to it. I'm telling you, man, I never want to hurt my wife. I would never do that.
Just want to make sure that I'm clear on something. When we talked about, a little while ago, a few minutes ago, we talked about what happened in the bathroom with your children. And you said you didn't want to talk about that anymore. That specifically applies to just that aspect of the whole incident, correct?
Yeah, I just don't want to keep seeing them in my That's all I keep seeing. My wife's face.
Do you want me to remove the pictures?
No, I want to remember them like this. I don't want to have that image in my head.
So after the incident in the bathroom with TyShawn, I can imagine is it panic? How would you classify what your emotions are at this point?
Yeah. Shock. I didn't know what to do. I was so scared, man. My family was hurt. He was just laughing earlier. I wanted to just pick up the phone and call 911 and see if somebody could help them, but they were already dead.
What did TyShawn say?
He kept telling me to snap out of this shit.
Why did he do it?
I don't know, he was scared, probation. My wife was dead.
He showed no emotion.
Don't care, not his family.
What happened after that?
Which point?
Now we have what's been done to your family's been done. What has to happen, or what's the next step?
Please get him to get where they at. Then we can find them and bury them. Wherever they at, they don't deserve to be.
Whose idea was it to load them up inside the Honda?
TyShawn.
Who got loaded up first?
My wife.
Did you do that by yourself, or you said you and TyShawn had to move her?
He had to help me.
Did you wrap her up in anything?
No. She wasn't bleeding at all. When we put her in the trunk, I realized that she had some blood in the inside of her nose.
Did you clean her up a little bit?
No, I just gave her kisses.
Did you stay with her while TyShawn?
Yeah, when he came back, he asked me where the bags were. I told him there was in the kitchen on top of over the sink.
Were you in the garage the whole time while he was in the house?
Yes, he had a rag in his hand.
Remember what kind of color rag it was?
It's like an orange rag. He just took everything. He was touching and moving. He was doing it with a rag.
It's pretty savvy for someone who's trying to. It looks like he's taking steps at this point to minimize himself or remove himself from the situation as far as any kind of physical evidence, wouldn't you say?
It's like he did with the bottle. He moved about their clothes, and then waited till we got around the corner, and then he threw the bottle out to the grass.
Which child did TyShawn bring out first?
Eliza.
You said something before about a bag wrapped around his children's heads.
Yes.
TyShawn did that?
Yes, he brought them out like that.
You brought up your son first.
Yes.
Placed him where?
In front of his mother. Where her feet were.
Did you kiss him goodbye?
I kissed him in the bathroom first. I didn't get to kiss him, he had a bag over his head.
And the purpose was that because of the blood.
Yes. I put the blood in the car.
So then TyShawn goes back and grabs your daughter,
Yes.
brings her out and places her where?
He had to tell me to move out the way. I gave my wife a bunch of kisses. And I was kissing.
Is there anything else put in the car at that point?
He went back in the house and he came back out with the axe.
He closes the trunk at that point?
Yeah, he put the axe on between my wife and Talia.
So now that your family's in the trunk, the axe is in the trunk,
And he took the shovel and the rake and threw it in the back seat. And he grabbed my gloves, my heavy duty gloves,
was the garage open or closed when this is happening?
closed.
He gets in the driver's seat
Yes.
and you stay behind.
No, I had some plastic from Lowe's that was where my spare tire is. There's a box there. It's a spare tire in the garage. Behind that, there was a bunch of plastic because when we did the curbing,
Okay.
I had got a bunch of plastic because it was going to rain. So
To cover it.
to cover the curbing so it don't get wet. So when I went over there, all that plastic was in there. So he took some of that plastic out and placed it on the driver's seat all the way down to the mat, to the floor.
Is that because he had blood on him, or?
I don't know. He just did that. He was like, I'll be back, man. He said, just make sure you clean all that up. Clean it real good. He said, we should burn it. I was like, no, I ain't gonna burn my house, man.
What did you do now?
I went in the house. First thing I did is I grabbed the broom. I sat on the floor for a while. Was crying. I moved the two lamps and the table to the area rug in the first living room. I swept up all the glass and I threw it in the trash cans. I brought the trash can out and I picked it up with the dustpan and I threw it all in the garbage can. And then I went to the kitchen and I grabbed the bucket underneath that has the cleaning supplies. And I went back to the room. I sat in front of the bathroom door. And then I went back to the garage. my sweatpants and I put them over my shorts. And I put on my boots. And I went back into the house. And I laid towels down from the bedroom to the area rug in the hallway. And then I started grabbing the towels that were already in my bathroom. And I wiped down the blood that was on the floor first. And then I put it all in the basket. And then I wiped the walls down. And then we had 3 rugs that were in the bathroom. Like, to step on while you're over the sink. I wrapped those up and threw them in the bag too. I took it and put it in the garage. And then I got a second bag. And then I wiped the walls down where I grabbed a stack of washcloths. And I wiped the walls down. And then I got a green scrub pad and cleaned the tub in the shower. And I went and got the rainbow. I put a mix of mean green, pine salt because I ran out of it, and some other detergent inside the bottle, and I just used the rainbow and
Rainbow's like a steam cleaner, right? Or
it's not a steam cleaner.
how's it clean?
Resin clean. And when I was done, I wrapped all that stuff up and I put a new shower curtain on. And that was it. And then I put everything in the garage. And it took me a long time to clean. I started taking out my clothes from the bags, and I just threw them back in the drawers. If you look like with my t-shirts, underwear, the socks, like see that they all like kind of like scrambled in there. They're not folded neat, you know. So
You recognize that?
yes,
Is that some of the cleaner you used?
yes.
Was that in the bathroom also? Now, this whole time that this is taking place, did you have any kind of communication with TyShawn?
He told me not to call him.
Did you have his phone on him?
No.
But he did, just to be sure, he said that don't call him.
Yeah, don't call him.
You recognize that shoe?
Yes.
Is that yours?
Yes.
What about these shorts?
Yes. My shoes.
Were you wearing these shorts
Yes.
when?
I had them underneath my sweatpants.
In this second pair of basketball, in his 2 second pairs of basketball shorts?
Those are sweatpants.
They're sweatpants.
Those are the sweatpants you wore?
Yes.
And the feel of the basketball shirt, we're not sure whose is that.
I'm not sure.
So TyShawn comes back.
Yes.
We waited
A couple hours.
a couple hours. Did he have any of the tools that he had taken with him?
No. Not even. He had a different set of clothes on too.
Different set of clothes on.
He had on like a black t-shirt and some basketball shorts.
And at the time this whole thing began, he was wearing a yellow
Black
shirt.
and yellow shirt. Some like faded jeans. And some blacky suits.
And he had blood on his clothes?
Yes,
A lot of blood.
yes.
So he was gone a few hours. You were cleaning up for a few hours. He comes back in your wife's car. What happens then?
Then he asked me if I was done cleaning, and I told him no, so he He asked me those bags, where the bags that I put the stuff in. So yeah, we grabbed those bags and then we left.
Where did he put them in the car?
In the trunk.
Okay. Is it you mentioned something before, possibly about him washing the car. Did he wash it this time? Or did he wash it when he came back the second
The
time?
first time he came back.
So while you're loading up bags, you're telling him where the stuff is, he's washing the car.
He sprayed the car.
Sprayed the car.
He only used water, just the hose.
Yeah, just those.
And the car was dirty? Was it dirty before it left?
Just the tires.
Just the tires.
The tires were dirty.
Would you consider it mud or sand or?
Yeah, it was like the same thing that was in the trunk.
You said it was like a reddish.
Like a reddish. Bright reddish. Kind of looked like clay.
And so I'm clear, you didn't ask him what he did with your family, did you?
Yeah, I asked him.
You did. What did he say?
I said, where'd you go? He said, best you don't know.
So TyShawn takes the garbage bags that have the remnants of what you used to clean the bathroom and other areas of the house, correct? He puts them in the trunk and he leaves again.
Yes.
What do you do at this point?
At this point, I just started putting, like my clothes away and things like that. Putting my sneaker boxes back up in the box. Just putting my clothes back up on the rack in the closet.
Did they get knocked down or something?
No, because I packed most of my stuff,
So how long do you think he was gone the second time, TyShawn?
Maybe like another hour and a half.
So not nearly as long as the first time.
No. The first time he was gone for a long time.
And when he came back again the first time, he had all of the tools, the gloves that were not in the car anymore.
There was nothing, not even the gloves.
So he comes back a second time. What happens then?
He was hosing the car down and he asked me those bags, what was in it. I said that's the stuff I used to clean. He said put them in the car, so we put them in the trunk or whatever. He put some in the trunk so he helped me, and then I went back in the house. And he said, I'll be back. I'm going to go take care of this. I said, all right.
Okay.
And then he left, and I was in the house, doing whatever I had to do. And then when he pulled up the second time, that's when he was like, he went in the car. He's like, all right, well, let's go put it in Sanford. So I said, all right. So we drove up there to Sanford, and we took the back way.
1792? You didn't use the I-4 bridges, huh?
That's okay. 1792. And we drove all the way to 1792, and then we made a right at the street where the college was, and then we took it from there off the car towards the back. When the car he kept going, that's when I got out and wiped the car, whatever, used the towel.
It's like a Panama Jack towel.
Yeah.
You use that?
It was a beach towel, full-size beach towel.
Yeah. And then I went and didn't know where he went. I didn't have no communication to call him, so I was like walking. That's when I saw him pulling up across the street. Then we jumped in the car and then we drove off. And then when we was like halfway down, probably getting towards Lake May Boulevard, getting towards, I think that's what you told me, 46.
Yeah.
He told me to turn around and look at the rubber piece.
This piece here?
Yes.
Now you recognize this piece, the black man with Honda Accord coming from
My wife's trunk.
the trunk.
That covers the whole trunk.
Yes. And then we went back and I took it out. I told him, I was like, you gonna get it? He said, no, I'm not touching anything. So I got out and I put it in the trunk. And then he said, all right, let's go in this box. So he made me turn towards where the projects were, which we went down 1792. And he said, go to here because there's no cameras through here, nothing. And we went to the first dumpster, but then there was a guy staring at us in the balcony, so I'm like, nah, I'm not going the other way, find another dumpster. And then we went back to the other dumpster. He said, make sure you take off all your clothes too. Those are the clothes you had on the house. So he said, take them off and put them in there. So we started throwing up the windows. So I was like, you gonna get rid of the black piece? And I ain't touching it, I got gloves. So I got out and I just grabbed it myself and I threw it in there.
Now, when you went and parked the car, did anyone see you?
This big black fat lady that lived like in the downstairs in the corner.
And that's up near the school?
Yes. We in front of the dumpster we were there. And then my pants was hanging off the dumpster thing, and then I was like, throw it in there. He said, I'm not going to touch it. So he used his water bottle and he flipped it over. And then that's when we drove off. We waited till we got around the street and then he threw the water bottle out.
How about when you guys parked the car
At the parking lot?
at the parking lot?
Well, I parked the car, but so there was 3 bus drivers there.
And you're in the bus?
Yeah, well, they know one was out, so they basically saw me, and then,
Did they say anything to you?
one bus driver left, and then there was 2 more bus drivers, and then when we came back, the second time was when the bus driver turned on the car, the bus, to drive off. That's when I took out the black bag. You could tell that they were even parked there.
So you were able to dump the bags before. The only thing left was the black mat, and then that's the last thing you guys dumped? Or did the black mat and the bags with the clothes and the cleaning product, was that all dumped at the same site?
No, that was dumped out in the street, I think.
The bags and the cleaning product were dumped down the street, and then the mat was a separate thing.
Yeah. Oh, and then, I forgot. When we was driving the car towards 1792, I looked at the phone the last time, and then that's when I seen, all the text messages from Kevin, and I sent sorry text, and then I deleted all of them. That was it.
Who'd you send that I'm sorry text to?
To Kevin.
To Kevin?
So then you guys come back to Deltona. You're in the Silver Souter. Okay. You're driving. And TyShawn tells you to take him home, drop him off.
No, he told me, he's just like, yo, this is serious. So at the end of the day, you're like a forever in debt to me. So I was like, I understand, man. This is real serious. And he was like, just, I know you ain't got the paper right now. I'll be straight 10 stacks, whatever. I have a little by little order my shop, just make sure it's cash. And then he drop me off at the 7-Eleven so nobody sees us together.
10 stacks is 10,000.
10,000.
Which way did you come back? Did you come back 415?
415.
So you went down Celery?
No. We took
415 from the beginning, 1792 to 415?
No.
1792 to come all the way around. So you passed your house towards 7-Eleven?
Yeah, and then when we was driving back, 1792, coming back home, that was when he seen my rings or whatever, and he was like, you need to get rid of that shit. And he was like, the best place to get rid of it is right over the bridge. So we went over the bridge and started over.
So you threw your wedding bands into St. John's River.
Yes.
Going eastbound?
Going
towards home? Towards Deltona?
No, going towards
Sanford.
Or another day he told me, I could take it to the flea market and get it melted down. That's what he said.
So he gave you 2 options. Well, he suggested 2 things. Take it to the flea market, melt down your rings, or truck them into the river.
He was like, you're going to need some cash. He was like, so just take it to the flea market. Or you could just dump them in the river. He said it's the best spot to get rid of stuff.
So now you drop them off at this 7-Eleven. You come home. What happens when you come home?
I come home, went in, I went to lay down and go to sleep. I went towards was my kids' room. I smelled their clothes. Went back to my son's room. I smelled his clothes. I went to my wife and I smelled her pillow. I lay down when she was laying down. I just cried for some time. By the time it was like 9:09 already. I was late for work, so I just laid there holding my pillow a little longer. And then went into the shower, got dressed.
When you went to work,
I went to work. I went back
and the gas light came on.
gas light came on.
When you came back to the house, who was at the house?
Oh, the sheriff, TyShawn.
Was she accusatory?
Off rip.
Or out the rib?
She said, "Where's Jesse?" I was like, "I don't know." That's when she started screaming and crying. She's like, "What did you do to my daughter?"
When you guys, so you stopped you dropped the car off, right? You stopped at the dumpster, when you put that stuff.
Yeah.
That was separate from that stuff, right?
Yeah, your cleaning products and I guess this box of goodies, if you want to call it all the clothes and everything, it's a separate dump, correct? Looks like there's a cardboard box here.
No, all of this was together.
Okay.
But not with the mat.
Yeah.
Then your other stop was the Rainbow,
The Rainbow.
and that was where?
In Safford.
Okay. Dumpster
Yeah, dumpster.
behind
World War.
World Market. Okay. I can never remember World Market. And that's a big shopping center.
Yeah.
Only one dumpster there?
Yeah, well, I don't know, there might be a couple dumpsters, but that was the first
But it was right behind World Market.
Yeah.
Green, blue, green, closed or open?
Well, flipped open when it closed.
And you left it that way?
Yeah.
Or did you close it?
No, I left it that way.
And now that's the only thing that you put there?
No, I had some old bags in my trunk where I had a bunch of old stuffed animals there. I was supposed to throw in the donation box.
Okay.
Who did?
Who removed it from the car and threw it in there?
Me.
Okay. He stayed in the car?
No, he wasn't with me at that time.
Yeah, you were by yourself.
That was when I was going to work.
Okay. So you left to go to work, and that's when you dumped all that stuff?
Yes.
It's nothing to do with the incident at the house. You're talking about dumping stuff that
Well, the cleaner.
The cleaner.
you did that by yourself.
Yeah.
How would he know? Let's say, how would TyShawn know to point us in the direction where the stuff was? Because that's how we found
No,
it.
that's the stuff that he dumped. The cleaner was totally separate.
The cleaner's not part
The
of
cleaner
this.
was after I dropped him off and stuff.
Okay.
So the cleaner was after the fact.
Yeah.
All right.
So he wouldn't know anything about the cleaner.
No, he didn't even know I used the cleaner.
Okay. Can you describe the cleaner to me?
Yeah, it's a black rainbow.
I don't know what a rainbow
If
is.
you Google it, you can see it. It has like attachment, has a hole.
So it's like a high suction vacuum or something like that?
It costs like $3,000.
Okay. It was clean pretty good. What did you use to clean up with that?
The floors.
Okay, so there could be,
But that was after all the cleaning.
after you cleaned it, but there could still be blood or something like that in it maybe?
Probably.
Like the glass that was broken, you said, did you
Yeah.
suck that up? Okay.
Yes, that too.
You talked to TyShawn after this? After you dropped him off? No contact? Phone? When you said you called from the jail, is that true?
Yes, I called the house.
For
So to see if anybody was there. Because I just wanted to know what's going on.
the leaving your wife's purse behind and all that kind of stuff? What was the idea behind that?
It was already in the car.
Okay.
It was already there. So I just didn't take it back.
And whose idea to put the car where it was found in Seminole County?
Not insurance.
Sounds like you know a lot about the area in reference to where cameras are and aren't.
Yeah, because he drove me left this way, that way, don't turn this. When we went down some other street, I think it's with an F or something like that. He was like, "There's cameras on this road, so turn off." So
F?
I think so.
Was it a main road? Like a main road with a map?
I don't know Sanford at all, so.
Yeah.
So you were driving, he was directing you.
Yes.
That was after you dropped off
After we dropped off
the Honda.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys were in separate cars to drop off the Honda the first time, how did he give you direction on where to go before you left the house?
We pulled off on another road, and he was like, when I put on my blinkers, you pulled in there, and I'm gonna keep going, and then you park. He said, I'm gonna take you out, you park the car towards the back.
So you were in front. Oh no, he was in front.
He was in front.
You followed him. And you guys communicated.
A couple of times I got in front of him because of how the traffic was.
Okay. And you guys communicated via
Just signal.
the signals.
Yeah.
So
One time we pulled off on one road. I forgot what it was. I think it was 11th or something. And we stopped and we talked right there.
Now, was this predetermined not to have any cell phones with you? You just someone's
He
idea?
asked me where was my cell phone. I told him that I didn't have it, but I knew it was in the car. I guess he was probably asking me that.
In the car you were driving, or in the car he was driving?
Silver Sider, because he was driving. You had the Honda.
And I knew he took it because when I went back to my car, I noticed my batteries were still there.
Do you know if he had his phone at the time?
No, he didn't have his phone. His phone
So just your phone was in the car?
Yes. He said he left his phone at his house.
You ever seen his phone? What it looks like?
Mm-hmm.
What does it look like?
Yeah, it's a white Galaxy S2. White and black Galaxy S2.
White and black Galaxy X2.
Mine was white, all white Galaxy S3.
What kind did your wife have?
18
Say as you,
So that's me.
so this has 3.
White? All white?
All white.
How'd you guys determine whose was whose? Screen to
Front screen.
Where are your family? I guess that's the biggest question now.
The only person I can tell you is TyShawn.
You think you'll be cooperative?
Who's gonna confess to doing something like that?
What do you think he'll say?
I don't know.
He's gonna put all 3 murders on you?
Of course.
I know we talked about it a little bit before, but as time has passed since we started talking, is there anything specifically that only he will know or put on him that can kind of turn that tide?
You can probably catch him with like the bottle, you know?
Which one?
The bottle that he threw out around the corner.
Okay.
You just tell him why didn't you take us to that when you took us to the dumpster around the corner.
How close is that bottle?
Around the corner.
Okay.
I didn't take you to it because the bottle would still be there. Like,
Is there a way you can draw it out to show us?
I wouldn't know because I
No.
wouldn't see the
What
shit.
direction?
Yeah.
Well, if I give you an aerial map of that dumpster, would you be able to say he threw it out here?
If it's like Google Maps, Google Earth.
You know what kind of bottle it
This
was?
was a clear water bottle.
No label.
Yeah, it had a label on it.
You remember what kind? What kind of top on it?
Just regular water bottle caps.
You know what size?
Yeah, it's just, you know.
Like the regular 16 ounce.
Yeah. See what else.
And only he had that? You didn't have that at all? You didn't touch that?
You guys and why did he say he saw me the other day or something like that?
That was the story that he was supposed to stick to?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a good point. What was the... somebody had to know that somebody's going to come looking for your family. The story that was supposed to be shared between you and TyShawn.
What I think was that because he saw me get arrested, and you don't know what I got arrested for, he probably freaked out. He was like, you know what, let me go say this first, so that way, you know, I can cover my butt, you know? Because you would have said that off rip when the first sheriff was there the first time.
Right.
She was talking to my wife's mother, you know? So, I guess when you saw him buy someone got in handcuffs, he was like, well, let me go ahead and make up my story and say it real fast before they, maybe talk to his mom, and his mom, bred him into saying something because his mom doesn't really sleep with the law, So,
Did you guys bring anything to his house?
no, I never went to his house. I never even saw him go into his house. I mean, I just was running away. He got, change of clothes for me.
So he changed somewhere.
Yeah, he changed somewhere. And when he told me to take off all my clothes at the dumpster, it's probably like the same thing he did, wherever he was at.
The cover story, I guess, for lack of a better term, was supposed to be you came home, they were gone.
Yeah, I was asleep because I'll be sleeping sometimes in my car if my wife's driving and we came in and they were gone.
What was his cover story supposed to be? That you
He
were
was
home?
supposed to have a cover story. He was just going to say that he saw me there, and that was it.
And he saw you in the car?
In the car. Yeah. But he saw me that night, and that was it.
One of the things I want to touch on before was, after you and your wife had that argument, did you leave the house and then come back?
Yes.
So, did you go to the cemetery
Yes.
and then come back? That's true.
Yes, I was just in shape.
What time was that?
I can't remember. It was getting pretty dark.
TyShawn, when you get back, TyShawn just happened to be outside.
No, he wasn't there yet. I was in the car, sitting there, and then he came out.
Came out of his house, or
Yes, came out of his house. So
that early in the morning he would do that?
he always was coming out, hanging out, or whatever. He always do that.
And he walked over to the car.
No, he looked at it, and I looked at it, and I was like, Ty, he was like, what you doing there? I guess he was probably letting out Mr. Biggs or something, because the dog sleep with him, so the dog has to go with the dog, so I'll tell him.
Oh, okay. Mr. Biggs is the dog.
Well done.
Yeah, and the dog loves me.
Where did Mr. Biggs go? When you asked him to play PlayStation, did you take Mr. Biggs back in his house, or Mr. Biggs was he at your house?
That dog roams around. Like right now, if you come out of the neighborhood, the dog roams around.
He just walks the streets.
Yeah, walks the streets when he comes home and he's ready. So everybody knows that. He was trying to run in my house when the cops were there. The cops had to run him away. They don't even have a collar on him.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's what he wants. Supposed to keep his trash.
I showed you, at some point during our conversation, I showed you this knife.
Yeah, I told you that.
Don't do anything, that's your knife.
Yes.
You keep it in your car.
Well, I took it in my car because, that time my situation with my wife, I didn't want her to get a hold of it because that's why we don't have no guns in her. Because if she gets upset, she'd probably shoot my ass.
Okay.
So that's why we don't allow no guns and firearms in the house because of that reason.
Okay. Did you ever have any guns in the house?
No, never.
Any ammunition in the house?
No, never.
Anything that you know of? Okay. You said she was shooting.
The only guns we ever had was when her dad would come from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And she was just shooting recently with Jackie and Larry because the cop asked me what was the target practices in the garage closet because we were cleaning out her car with her trunk. And she went shooting with Jackie and Larry. I do believe it's Jackie and Larry. She didn't want to tell me who she went shooting with, but there's only people that go shooting all the time.
Was there a cover on that? Or is that plain?
Yes, no, it's a cover. It's like a brown cover with the back of it says Guatemala.
What'd you do with it?
When I pulled in my neighborhood the first time that I seen the cops, I turned around. I was going to go to the house. And I turned around and I went back down the street and I turned around and go back to the house. But before I got there, I just threw it out.
So you saw the deputies at the house when you came back in the morning. You wanted to get rid of the knife, and then you came back?
No, I saw them through the street.
Oh.
Through the street. When I was going through the street, I saw them.
So as you're going down Doyle, you seen them?
I seen them.
Looks like the knife's in the sheath there.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it together when you threw out the window?
Yes, it was all together.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty big, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
And last day of this conversation, said it was from Guatemala?
Yeah, it's from Guatemala. I got it from my ex-co-worker that came from Guatemala. I don't know how he got it on the plane, but he said he got it on the plane. So he checked it in through the back.
going to wind up talking to Ty.
Just tell him to please give up the location, man.
Well, I mean, you definitely want to help with that, correct?
Just,
Do you think you can get him to tell you?
I don't know why he's not happy, you know?
What kind of relationship do you guys have?
It's just like, I don't know.
There's like neighbors, or
It's like
pretty
they
tight?
went to school.
Obviously, I don't want to run through this all again. We're not going to go through that. I don't think I can personally go through that again. Timeline-wise, though. Okay.
I'm not always accurate at times. I can't be accurate at times because I want to look at a watch unless we're just getting ready to go to work.
Okay, so you left to go to work at
Like 9.
9.
Something.
Okay. The first time you got home was about prior to you even going into the house with Ty.
What you mean, Friday?
When you met with Ty. What time was that about?
It was, I'm trying to remember the time. I can't remember. It was pretty late though.
Pretty late?
Yeah.
Early morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember looking at a clock in the car or on the radio?
They don't work. The radio clock don't work.
Okay. How about when you guys were playing PlayStation? Or attempted to?
We didn't get to play PlayStation.
I'm just trying to get like a timeline so when we talk to him, we can try to call him out on the timeline.
My wife, broke out quick, so.
Okay. How about when you first left the house? Or when he first left the house and you started cleaning? You know about what time that was? Okay. You had to guess.
I know
during
during the time I was cleaning, he wasn't back yet. It was already like 5:30 something. He still wasn't back.
Okay. So that's the first time he left.
Yeah.
So it's about 5:30. He's gone
He still
with
wasn't
them, right?
Yeah, he wasn't back yet, but he was already gone a couple hours.
Okay. So that puts us at what, 3:30 maybe? The first time he left?
Maybe around there, maybe even earlier than that.
Okay.
Maybe like 1 something 2 around that time.
So at 5:30 he comes back, and then he leaves again with the,
Yes.
okay. And that time he had just cleaning stuff,
Yeah. This is clean stuff.
and he was gone for
Maybe like an hour.
hour. So about 6:30,
Probably around there around that time.
and that's when you guys left to drop the car off.
It was called.
Do you remember, you said something about texting Kevin, I believe you said.
Yeah.
Do you remember looking at the phone what time that text was?
It was in the morning.
Okay. So after
Probably
6:30.
like 7. Probably.
Okay. And that was on the way home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What'd you do? Where'd that phone go?
That phone was left in my wife's purse.
Okay. And then you got back to the house. What time did you get back to the house with the deputies?
I don't even know what time it was. I know it was way after 9, maybe after 10.
I just want to try when he gives his timeline, you know? You need more water, you good?
No, I'm good. I've already been out in quick. I don't think the fish is been right.
If you don't think you can, we don't want to put you in a position. We're just looking for ideas, you know? we find them, we want to be able to, have you help. You good, Vanilla?
It's pretty exhausted, man.
Okay.
Get a rest.
You want to rest? It's nice and warm in here. Hey, real quick, so, they're trying to find the dumpster, okay? At World Market. What else did you put in that dumpster? Was it just the, yeah, the cleaning thing? The rainbow?
The cleaning thing, and I'm trying to remember some bags that I had in my trunk too.
Like garbage bags?
Yeah, that was that had like some stuff that moves and
Okay. Blankets?
yeah, some blankets.
Anything else?
I'm not sure.
Plastic or something like that from the seat? I'm gonna reach there's plastic. What do we do with that?
Yeah, I think that was in there.
So that you threw in the dumpster?
Yeah, I think that was in there too.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, no, not the plastic seat, all the plastic that was in my trunk. Because I had a bunch of plastic in my trunk too.
What kind of plastic?
Like the same Lowe's plastic.
Okay.
Whatever was left over, I took.
You just emptied the trunk,
Yeah,
trunk
just
out?
emptied the trunk out. Yeah, my trunk.
What did you do with the plastic from the seat?
I don't know where that went, but I think that went in probably one of the other bags.
Did you remove it or did Ty remove it?
No, he took that bag.
Okay. Alright, we're just trying to find it. Yeah. So if you want to get some rest. You doing alright?
Just tired, I'm exhausted.
Keep on snapping, man. We got some food coming in case you want some, but. Yeah, we got some subs. You want like a turkey sandwich or something?
That's fine. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Give you some water.
Have lunch? Sorry for the delay. Or,
You want a drink?
You just some water, please.
yeah, Ty is here also. He's in the building. So, just talking to him about a couple of things. Obviously, I don't want to pit one against the other. He's going to minimize anything of his involvement. See what I'm saying? Is there any particular reason why, well, beyond the obvious reason, any other reasons why you think he's minimized?
I was just trying to eliminate himself from the equation.
Figured as much.
Haven't talked to him yet.
Yeah. He said that you're lying, and that he, only involvement he had with you was when you came over to his house. I asked him, I said, listen, did you see him in the morning?
Can you hear me?
No.
No.
He said that you went over to his house to get him, and that he didn't, you said that Ty came out, and you saw him in the yard, and hey, what's up, and contact like that. He said, no, that's not how it happened. And it was later in the morning than that. And then all he did was drive a car.
For the shit. I believe that.
Sam, I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't care how we find them. If he tells us where they're
You're
at.
the only motherfucker that can give you my family, man. You son of a bitch! Give me my family! The only one. He's the only one that can tell you where they at, man.
Is there anything you can think of that maybe, jog your memory a little bit that can...
You were going on day trips over there with him? Where some of his family lived and things like that?
I've never gone nowhere but like parties, man. That's it.
Okay. How about let's start with there. Maybe those are some places we can start. Where in Sanford were the parties? Do you remember?
No, not in Sanford.
Not in Sanford. Okay.
No. Like I drove to like Deltona house parties and things like that.
What's some roads you know over in Sanford?
Just H.E. Thomas and Reinhardt. Because I used to live at the Twin Lakes.
And the kids go to school near there.
Across the street, right?
Yeah.
What about like Celery Airport?
Well, yeah, there are two people from my church that live over there.
Where? On Celery?
Yeah, and then my wife's cousin lives off the airport.
Okay. Did Sin used to live off Airport too?
When I met Sin, he was only in Toledo when I met Sin. When I met Sin, Sin lived in a house across the street from where Gio lives now.
Okay.
Over there off of Kings.
I'm just trying to think of something very minor that when he came back you might be able to, it could be a little piece of the puzzle and that we might be able to slide into it and be like, okay, that leads us into a good direction.
If I'm the one that did everything, and he was this innocent person, why did he even, first of all, come with me if supposedly I just asked him to drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did he even ask where my wife was?
Did he ask where your wife was?
No, I'm saying, just ask him. You know that's my wife's car.
Right. Yeah.
Did he ask why are we dropping your wife's car off somewhere?
Nope. He said he didn't ask you any questions at all. He just did you the favor because he thought you were going around the corner to drop something off.
And if he just said he was doing me that favor, then why, when the cops were there at first, why didn't he tell them that? Hey, I just took his wife's car over there and dropped it off. Why didn't he say that?
Well, when the cops first went over there, he did say something, but it's after you left. He didn't want to say anything while you were there.
Doesn't make any sense.
Like you said before, maybe he wants to minimize his involvement and put it all on you. We talked about that before. We expected this to happen. That's why I was asking for the specifics.
And that's just the reason why we're asking you if you can think of the smallest thing that could maybe lead us to, when he came back, something he said, something he did, something he smelled like, something he had on him, just something that could put us in a particular area.
Man, he smelled like, the car, the dirt when I When he was rinsing off the dirt off the car, it smelled funny.
Like what?
Kind of like an algae smell.
Algae smell. Okay. Have you ever associated that smell with something else before?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like when I went to Rock Springs.
Where's Rock Springs?
Parker.
Okay. It's kind of like that water, mud, kind of.
Type smell.
Okay. And again, you said he was gone for 2 hours, about?
No, he was gone for a couple hours.
Well, 2 hours, a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
So about 2 hours?
2, maybe 3 probably.
Does he know about Apopka area?
I don't know. Well, yeah, because he used to play football. When I told him I was out there, it wasn't more football, it was kids game one time. He was like,
So he went to this park as well?
yeah. Well, not the park,
Possibility.
but the field, you know, like
Field?
the field that
Is there a field connect? Is there like it's like a spring kind of? Do people go swimming and stuff like that?
Yeah. There's also a camping area too.
Camping area? Okay. And what was the name of it?
Bill Kelly Park, Rock Springs.
Kelly Park, Rock Springs. Now, when you pull up, what street is it off of?
You can either take 46 there.
Okay.
I think that's 46.
So it's actually west of I-4?
Yeah, if you get off on Sanford exit, you're going to have to make a right. Instead of going to the mall, you have to make a right and take that all the way down.
Okay.
You'll see the sign that said Pop, and you make that left and it'll take you right into front of the springs.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. So it's possible. Could have went down Doyle, 1792. Take that right to 46. 46. No? I'm just trying to time frame wise and.
When he first left, he could have took highway or whatever.
Right.
I don't know which way he took.
Do you think that's a good place to start looking, maybe? I mean, since he's been there before, the odor, the
I don't know
smell.
if he's been there before.
I thought you said he played football there.
Yeah, he played football, but he
Okay.
told me, yeah, I know where that's at. So
Okay.
I don't know if he's actually been into the springs. I know he's been in that area before, but I don't know if he's been to the
Do
springs.
you know if it's a place where you can get a car in there?
You can get cars,
Okay.
RVs, everything there.
Is it gated? Is there any?
I don't know if they get it, and I haven't been there since a long time.
And again, this would be around 3:30, 4, he'd leave. So looking around 4 a.m., right?
Probably three,
But-
probably like three, probably 3 something.
So 3 something to 4 something. Because you figure how long of a ride is it to Pop? Maybe 20 minutes from there?
20 minutes.
Okay. And that's the only place you really remember that
Yeah.
musty,
The smell, like
that
that.
smell, yeah.
Besides like the water area, like when you're crossing over the 417, crossing over that water area up there, like that. Sometimes you get
That kind of smell, like that dirty water smell. Okay. I'm just trying to think of, something, keys that you might have picked up on.
bring him in this room.
Because I know what you do.
Just bring him in this room. Please. You just need 5 seconds here.
So what do you think that would accomplish? You think you'd be able to control yourself? I don't want to put anything more on you or on him,
In 5 seconds, bro. Let's go. That's all I need.
Well, we're going to continue talking to him. It's definitely not over. Trust me. The thing right now is to find them, man. It's closure time now,
don't want to be here anymore. I just want to go back.
You want to help us continue to talk to him?
Yeah. Just getting asked the same questions over and over again.
Well, it's a long process, man. You know, this is we're dealing with two different dynamics here, you know. You know, you and him we have to talk to. Then we got to actually find out, you know, the middle and like what actually happens, you know. You want to stay here and help us, or what do you want to do? Because he's here, and we're talking to him. Do you think that's a good possibility of that part? Or should we start having something look at that part? Yeah. Big part? Try to send a couple people out there? Yeah. You remember if he had mud or anything like that on the boots? Or sneakers?
I just seen when he came back. Came back. He took to his shoes. He had a slide or something up there. Did they find the phone in his house?
No, they're still working on it. You know, that's key. That'll definitely help. You know. Anything else you can think we can turn at him?
Before my wife got crazy, he did grab one of my PlayStation ropes.
Okay.
Print that. I just prints already.
Did he do anything else in the house that would stand out that said he was in the house that night?
I don't know, because when he came, he had a rag in his hand, so he was probably wiping whatever he touched before. But I remember him touching the PlayStation remote because he put it back down, and I closed the wood.
Okay. This is what, in the bedroom?
Yeah.
And that's when you guys were trying to play? Prior to everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't have video on that, your house, right? Surveillance or anything like that?
Weird chick on the street.
Did you wander around the office?
Recognize this?
Yeah, so
That's where you hit on the second time.
the second time.
Okay. Who's that?
It's TyShawn.
Okay. Is this the person that is also your neighbor?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So this is the person that you're saying is responsible for the death of your 2 children?
Yes.
Do you recognize this? A better shot.
It looks familiar.
It looks familiar? Tell me how you think it looks familiar.
I'm not sure, but I think it's probably one of his own shoes.
His old shoes?
Yeah.
Elijah's?
No. TyShawn's.
No, that shoe's that's a smaller shoe.
Oh, that ain't Elijah's.
Given the fact that the pin is supposed to serve as content or context. You know what I'm saying? We'll put something as a scale, I guess. It's like a reference.
Oh, nah. Elijah don't want that shoes.
Okay. Ty doesn't own a pair of shoes like that?
Well, you can ask even their grandmother, you know, every pair of shoes they have, they don't want them, so it's not theirs.
Okay.
One thing he thinks we should look is at that park. He thinks that's a good possibility.
What park?
What's the name of it again?
Rock Spring Park?
Yeah.
We're in Pocket.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he thinks that might be a good possibility due to the odor and how familiar they both are of it. So.
Just tell my bosses to shoot a little bit.
Elijah was barefoot, he didn't have no shoes on.
Yeah, I remember you told me that kids had pajamas or shorts.
Yes. Talia had shorts. Shorts on too.
I'm kind of thinking about it. Maybe I misunderstood is that during this whole, after this whole thing happens ordeal, Ty was the one that drives your wife's car the whole time?
Yes.
You drive your silver car.
No. When the second time that he came, the time that he came back, so once to get rid of the car, he drove the silver car and I was driving my wife's car.
Why the change?
I don't know.
Did someone, whose idea was it to change the order?
Well, it wasn't that day. It was just I asked him where was the Saturn. He said it was around the part over there.
Yeah, are you confused on that? I'm a little bit. The Saturn, pretty much everything revolves around your wife's home, right? Why? Who thinks it's necessary to move the Saturn from your driveway to another location?
The time moved it. I don't know. He just moved it. He asked where my keys were, and that was whenever we was moving he was going to take the bodies out, so he put the car around the thing.
So before he even put the bodies in the Honda, he moves the silver Saturn.
No, before he drove off.
Before he drove off, okay. So before, all right, I got you. And he thinks that it's best to move the car. Was the car in the way, the Saturn, where your wife's car couldn't get out?
Probably. I know he was just like, where's the keys to the Saturn? But I always park it on the side where the basketball court is.
Yeah, because he moved it all the way around the block.
Yeah, two of the neighbors where the circle is.
Okay. In a cul-de-sac or whatever that is right there.
Cul-de-sac. And then when we was leaving, I didn't know where he put the car at, so that's why I took my wife's car and he jumped in the other car. That's only cutting through the houses.
And that's when you saw the neighbor. It said that they might have saw him.
Yeah, the neighbors were coming with a truck or something, or it was a company or something like that.
And he was walking towards his car.
Over, yeah. And they even slowed down. So they slowed down real slow. It was like a white pickup or something. It was like a logo on it.
What car were you driving when you dropped off the Rainbow at World Market?
The Saturn.
The Saturn.
Yeah. Because when I came back to the house and everything, that's when I realized that the Rainbow was still there.
And that's after you dropped him off already at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I dropped him at 7-Eleven.
Okay.
What time is that?
It was probably like after 9.
After 9.
Yeah, after 9 that I left the house.
Did you have your phone on you at that time?
No, my phone was missing.
Did you have her phone on you at the time?
No, her phone was in her purse.
When did you text Kevin?
When we was on the way to drop the car off.
On the way to
Drop the
Lake
car.
Mary,
To
Sanford area.
Yes,
Okay. What time do you think that was about?
around 7-ish.
So, the Silver Saturn makes one trip over to Sanford, a joint trip with you driving the black Honda and Ty driving the Silver Saturn. Drop the car. Now you wipe it down because you're the last person that's in.
Yes.
Okay. Come back in the Saturn. Ty gets dropped off near the 7-Eleven. You come home. Realize that there's some more things you should probably get rid of. Drive back to Lake Mary.
No, I took a shower and then goes to go to work.
Okay. When do you drive back to Lake Mary and drop
When
the
I was
stuff
going
off?
to work.
Well, I thought you said you only made it to I-4 and then you had to turn around because you ran out of gas.
No. I turned around on the first part. That's what I told you the first time. I turned around. Well, I turned around because I needed it. When I dropped off the Rainbow and stuff, I realized I didn't have no gas, so I had to turn around and I left.
So okay, because I guess my misunderstanding was you said that you had driven.
Yeah,
I understood that you left.
When we talked the first time,
Right.
you know, that's what I told you. But
So it's changed since the first time.
yeah. I'm just being honest with you. I'm trying to tell you everything.
No, that makes more sense because again, I was looking at it in terms of you're telling us there's 3 trips. You know, 4 in a sense. 2 by Ty by himself. 1 with, unfortunately, your family. The second one with more cleaning stuff that he says, okay, I'll take care of.
Yeah.
The third one where you get rid of the car.
Right.
And now a 4th one where you
I'm going to work.
You went to work.
Yeah.
You made it all the way to Lake Mary. You dumped the stuff off. Realized you don't have gas. And then you came home.
It's back to get the gas. Yeah.
All the way back to Deltona to get gas when you're already in Lake Mary.
Yeah, I had no money on me.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah, now I'm tracking. Yeah. And all this travel, there's only 2 ways out of, well, it's 3 ways out of Deltona. One is starting from the farthest east is 415. Okay, you know where that's at.
Yes.
2-lane road. The next one is I-4, go over the bridge there. And the third one is 1792. Did you at all use anything, that road 415?
No.
No. Everything was either I-4 or 1792.
Correct.
And there's no trackers on the Honda. As far as for like an OnStar, we talked about that before. Is that true? That there's nothing to track that vehicle OnStar wise or GPS wise?
What about maybe using someone's phone to GPS?
Probably phone was on, so.
No, I'm talking about, do you know if someone said, hey, let's go to this place? You know what I'm saying? Let's go dump this here.
No, there was no communication on the phone.
Okay. How did her purse get into the car?
The purse was already in the car.
Okay.
She left it in overnight?
Yeah, but she had her phone.
I thought the purse was in the kitchen.
No, the purse was in the kitchen.
No. Because we asked yesterday about was anything missing, and you said her purse wasn't there.
Yeah, I said purse.
Okay. So did we misunderstand the context of that?
Yeah, well, she always
Because the purse was in the car.
She always needs a purse. She keeps her car key in there too. So
no one took the purse, put it in the car.
No, the purse was already in the car.
Keeps the car key in the purse, but the purse is in the car?
Well, because it's by switch, and the car won't lock if the key's in there.
Oh, I got you.
It's like, it's the new type. But she always leaves her purse in the car.
Her phone in her purse?
Well, yeah, when I took it out of the house, I put it in the purse.
Alright, so you took her phone, which is the white Samsung, right?
Yes.
Because you can't find your phone.
I can't find my phone.
But it was in your car, right?
No, my phone was in my car.
Okay.
And when I went back to the car, I asked Ty, asked me, where's my phone? I said, it should be in my car. I didn't tell him it was in my car. He asked me, do I got my phone on me? And I said, no, I don't have my phone. But I remember my phone being in my car. I'm not stupid. And then when I went back to the car, I seen that my batteries were there. So I'm like, he had to take my phone.
But the only the only point in time he could have done that is when he moves the Saturn from the driveway
That's where I'm thinking that he took my phone.
to where he stages the car and then goes and gets it during the drive. Well, then he could have got it during the drive while you're driving the black car. He could have.
But you didn't notice it missing on the drive back?
No.
You didn't say, shit, where's my phone?
No,
Hey, you got my
I wasn't
phone?
even, my mind was gone, man. My phone wasn't even like my priority.
Isn't that when you texted Kevin, though?
From her phone,
From her
my wife's phone.
So you left her purse and everything in the car, but when you left the car at the Publix parking lot, you kept the phone.
No, I didn't keep her phone. My phone was there.
Okay, that's right. You texted her. Had a lot of things moving, so I'm trying to keep it all straight. Trying to wrap our head around how to. If Ty's not going to cooperate, we need to figure out a way to find for your family. So we're thinking of anything and everything. Do you think they're still in Volusia County? I mean, do you know any places Ty would go?
No, not in Volusia. He doesn't know nothing about Volusia.
Doesn't know much about Volusia. Okay. So we're pretty confident it's say Seminole or Orange.
I mean, this whole Rock Park thing, you think that's a good possibility?
That's probably good possibility.
Do you think that's the best possibility for us to go
That's
look?
why I've smoked stuff like that before, you know.
I mean, I'm sure there's more. Oh, or other places.
I remember now, he worked at the Infinity getting off that exit.
With the Infinity car dealer?
Yeah. He worked at the Infinity dealership right there, so he could get off on that road. But you know what I'm saying? Because I never even knew that I could get to I-4 from that road back. Right, he showed me when I was dropping him off at work. And he said he grew up in that area back there.
So he knows that area.
That area, yeah.
He knows that park. You believe you smell the mold or fungus or whatever is in there. Algae.
Yeah.
When he got out of the car. Do you remember smelling any of that in the car?
No, I remember smelling it like towards the trunk where the dirt was and stuff. When he was hosing it off.
Now, when he hosed it off, he just hosed the car off and what
The
else?
tires and the bottom of the car.
Okay. Any damage to the car or anything?
No.
Nothing you can remember?
When he was over, Ty was over at your house before this whole thing escalated to what it was. Did you offer him a drink? Did he smoke? Did you do anything inside your house? Did you leave any DNA, fingerprints, anything inside there?
I told him, he grabbed on PlayStation remote. That's all I did.
But has he grabbed that before? Has he played in your house before?
Before? Yeah, for a long time. Me and my son, we play all the time. So,
Right. How about, did he touch? He didn't have any gloves on or anything inside the bathroom, did he?
well, but remember, he had the orange rag, so he was walking around.
You still have the orange rag?
That's probably with all the stuff.
With what stuff? Which one?
The stuff that was done.
With the car mat? Or?
No, probably with the stuff that he done.
The first one, well, we don't know where he done that. The second one.
Seconds.
Coke?
Yeah.
That second run, he was back quick, right? So we don't think he went to the park
The second
For
run,
the second run?
he wasn't back that quick. He was off for a while.
So you think he could have went to the park again? Our main thing is we're trying to get to them before the bugs, the birds, everything else gets to them. You know, we want to do this as respectfully as we can. You know. But it's Florida's not a good place for that. Anywhere else you can think of, or do you think that's probably the best place?
That's all I can think
Some of that sand, that or dirt that's in the Honda, I haven't looked inside either of the cars. Is that same kind of type dirt inside the Silver Side?
It depends, because she does cheerleading at a field. So they're
Where's
always
the field at?
the field in Sanford, across the street from the middle school.
On the Blankers Road.
1719.
Middle school, that's okay. You know where the barn is?
Yeah, it's
Right past
right past the bar.
Right past the barn, more towards the lakefront, or towards?
More towards going up, like say, like McMurray.
Okay, towards Lake Mary.
And you see the field to the left side, and they're always on the field, doing that and stuff. So they're always putting signs in our cars, and both our cars have to be clean as well.
Is that same type sand, the possibly same type sand that's found at Hollywood Park when you go and visit your folks? Do you ever get out of the car and walk around, maybe to
Hollywood Park.
what do they call it?
The cemetery.
The cemetery. Is that what it's called? Hollywood Cemetery?
Really can't be.
Okay.
He don't know about that place, does he?
No.
So, you don't think he'd be there?
Small little personal spot there. That's everybody.
Did you get out of the car and walk around last night or 2 nights ago when you were there?
I go to the fence sometimes. Nobody's looking out on the fence real quick. I'm going in.
Big fan?
Yeah, small silver.
Is it a well-secured area? No? Okay. I've never been there, so.
Yeah, it's right behind, like, you go down 1719, and then when you get to, I forgot what it's called, you see the company farms right there, like a fruit market, and you go up to the end, and then you got these to the right.
Do you think, your personal opinion here, that, let's say, Hollywood Park, or Hollywood Cemetery or the park, okay, which we're starting focusing on the park because there's the smell and all that stuff, okay? How far off the beaten path do you think it would be? Yeah, it's a big park, right? I've never been there, though. I mean, where do you think would be?
The cars even have access at night, right? I've never been there at night, so I won't be able to tell you. I know it's camping around, so usually camping around is old.
Can you get to the water? I mean, can you get to somewhere where you get that odor?
There's another spot that he's been to.
Okay.
Was that he knows good is Hypex, the back one, Hypex.
In the berry?
Been hanging out with,
The back part, right there.
Like, how would you get there?
You just go up 79 to make a left on Hypex and go all the way back there. He's been back there. He has a lot of friends that have parties back there.
Where's the marina? Oh, St. John's Marina?
Yeah, all the way back there. Yeah. Just on Hypex. And she also, and I smelled that before too, because her boss, Mike Morante, had a trailer back there.
Okay.
So way back there, we've been back there before. The guy that talked to me and came out on the job talked to me.
Okay. The car is nothing, the Honda's nothing special, right? So it has to be, the terrain it can traverse on has to be something that's solid.
The Honda can pretty much move.
It can?
Yeah, it has good traction and all that.
Okay.
If you had to go right now and look, where would you go? Where would you start? Because I want to find it.
Started there.
High banks.
Popka.
High banks or a Popka. What do you think is my best pop? Possibility of finding them. Probability of finding them.
Probably a Popka.
Popka.
Yeah.
More than high banks.
Yeah, that's the area I smoked before the street.
Is that a big park there in Pocket?
Yeah.
Probably pretty big.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Any specific part of the park? If it's that big of a park.
It's a springs. Everybody goes in. It's kind of like Wakaiva Springs. Or Save New Springs.
You're tired?
My head is also.
You need some more time to prepare that. Put your head down, bro. You want on the ground? You're on the ground?
That's fine. I'll be okay.